The WSL's 2026 Championship Tour will look drastically different. And by drastically different, I mean change it back to exactly how it used to be. This is a quick video to explain the WSL's 2026 overhaul and how world champions will be crowned. In 2026, the Final Five is done with. And while it was sort of fun to watch, it just kind of didn't have that same feeling to it as when things came down to pipeline. Now the 26 tour will be split into the regular season and the post-season. Now the regular season will consist of 9 events, beginning in Bells Beach, then moving through Margaret River, Snapper Rocks, Punta Roca, Saquarema, J-Bay, Chopu, Cloudbreak and Lowers. After this, the tour will move into the post-season, which will consist of 3 events. Now the post-season will be made up of the Abu Dhabi Wave Pool, Peniche and finally Pipeline. The post-season will conclude with a reimagined Pipe Masters event. The top 8 men and women heading into Pipe will be better seeded in the event and therefore have to surf less heats. The rest of the CT field who didn't compete in the 2 post-season events will then rejoin the Pipe Masters, meaning the season will conclude with a full Championship Tour roster at Pipeline. The scoring will also be slightly different in 2026. Surfers will be scored on their top 7 out of 9 results. Then the final season rankings and world titles will be determined by a surfer's best 9 of 12 results. The Pipe Masters will now award 15,000 points, 1.5 times more than your normal CT event, making it the most important event on the tour. 2026 also brings the end to the Midyear Cup, which I guess if you're a rookie, pretty sick news. The current format sees surfers cut from the CT after 7 events. In the last 2 years, it's happened after the 5th event, which is really not that much time to sort of get your feet into the wax, so to speak, and get started. This year it's a couple of events later, so you've got a bit more time. So while the cut is somewhat interesting to watch, it's generally not really fair on rookies, injured competitors or slow starters. In 2026, all 36 men and 24 women will surf every stop of the main season. Another change for next year is that the women's field will be increased. You know, the women's CT field is expanding from 18 to 24 surfers, so giving more girls the chance to compete at the highest level, which is pretty sick. So the WSL has been listening to both athletes and fans for the last few years. And over the past few years, the Final Five and the Midyear Cup has received a hell of a lot of criticism. So these changes are essentially just adhering to those criticisms. So what does this mean for title contenders? So this return to sort of a league style ranking system is going to reward consistency over an entire year. It shows that a surfer can surf well at lots of different conditions in venues all around the world, you know. And it's just a more traditional sports model. It follows the same format as Premier League football, Formula One, all those kind of top sports follow this same format. Let me know what you think of it. I personally think it is much better, you know, to have it go back to how it used to be and have it all come down to pipe. I think that's a pretty good thing for surfing. So yeah, I hope this breakdown made the new changes a bit clearer for you. For now, it's goodbye from me and I'll see you